discontent that has been fraying in recent election cycles as well. And so, how do we get back to rebuilding trust? It one starts by showing up everywhere. And we've been talking, every candidate's been talking about, we're going to start showing up everywhere again. We're going to start meeting people where they are again. Unless you've been to a hunting club and have told those folks, Democrats are not taking your guns. Unless you've been to a chamber of commerce and talked about increasing the minimum wage, like I have in my Trump district, I don't want to hear from anybody about showing up everywhere if you haven't been doing it already. I've been living and breathing it every day for 12 years. So yeah, we got to meet people where they are and start being a national party again. And we talked about the South a lot before. And why now? Why now? Because in the next census, states like New York and Illinois and California and other blue states are going to be losing electoral college votes, at least as it stands right now. And states like Texas and Florida are going to be gaining them. The whole electoral math changes, and it changes in a real bad way for us in a few election cycles. So we have to expand the map. We have to start winning and competing in places like where I've won over the past 6 election cycles. But it also speaks to how we're communicating with folks. We have far too often found ourselves in an ivory tower looking down on a lot of voters. And I've been talking a lot about how we've got to get out of that ivory tower and back onto the factory floor. Stop pushing white paper talking points and trying to convince folks our economy's been doing wonderful.
Sir, I took out fucking 3 of you bitches.
Is better than France or the UK's since the pandemic, as if anybody cares about that when they go to the supermarket the next day after hearing that BS and seeing that their food prices have doubled over the last several years. We've got to be real with people. We've got to stop being overly academic and overly politically correct and start doing something
Cut them all off.
they care about,
fucking
even if those issues are uncomfortable for us sometimes.
Thank you so much. Dr. Hathaway, we have made some significant gains.
Just the one. Dude, beat him. Beat him, and I think we have it.
LGBTQIA plus candidates.
Kill him.
So, as a community to have Representative Sammy Price.
Kill that motherfucker. Yeah, it's just the two of you. Come on. Beat him, beat him, beat him, beat him. Don't let that bitch grab you.
How would you leverage the party's resources and
yeah, go, go.
Support openly gay candidates at all levels of government while pushing.
Come on, come on, come on. That's got to be a no final.
That is in our home area, the South.
Oh, you lucky bitches. Should have killed him. Oh, fuck. Dude, alright, let's go.
26%, I think that's the last number I have, about 26% of the voting population. With that being said, resources ought to be directed to uplifting
I control it.
as well as all minority voices within the party. They too should have a seat on the committee, a ranking seat when it comes to our committees, our caucuses, our councils. They should have the autonomy and freedom to be able to come out from the shadows and recognize that they have a vested interest and we have a vested interest in who they are.
Sorry, my control's fucked.
I know those other words that we tend to talk around love, who you want to love, all this kind of stuff. But is it tangible? Is it real? Do we feel it? Is it in our heart? Are these people in our family? Do we really accept them for the way that they are? Because they're not changing, even though some people may want to convert them and demonize them, that, all those things. But compromise is not a dirty word. I marched. I was in my home state. I'm in Tennessee quite often. That's where my family is. But I marched with the Pride Parade back in, was it April of this year? And we can all say I have friends and family members that are part of this.
Look at that shit.
But that's the reality. Like, they are people just like everyone else. They are entitled to equality in their families and their relationships, to adopt children, not adopt children, live singularly, have equal access to health care just like everyone else. I campaigned on that in 2022 when I ran for Congress in Arkansas. But is it really in our heart? Or are we doing the realistic things to make that a part of
stuff them right now?
We can say a whole lot of things, but until we we are willing to execute, implement, see them as a part of this country that is not going away,
They're fucked. They don't know what to do with it.
something. They go from black and brown and red and yellow and people across all economic and social spectrum of this country. We can say a whole lot of things, but it has to be real and sustainable and substantial in such a way that it changes and transforms people's lives.
Thank you. Candidate Winkler, there are people who say that there has been too much priority spent in the last election cycle on garnering the support of the black vote.
Damn,
You
that's
say that
close.
people have that criticism, and how can we ensure that the needs of all Democratic voters and really all United States citizens are a part of your platform if selected as DNC chief?
The idea that Democrats spend too much effort trying to win the votes and earn the votes of any community is preposterous. We lost the
Too
election,
close for
and we
comfort.
lost the election because the other side got more votes than we did. And the key thing, if you want to build a party that wins, is to earn the trust of folks in every community across race and ethnicity, gender, and geography all across the country. What we know from looking at every election map and every exit poll is that across the whole country, Democrats lost ground in every single state and DC. We had a smaller vote share than we did in 2020. And